Fearful avoidant attachment styles don't just shut people out, they shut themselves out. The emotional numbness that you often see in them when they are all in and then suddenly retreat, it's not indifference. It is a survival skill that they developed so long ago. And in today's video, if you are a fearful avoidant or the loved one of one, we are going to break down in 4 major points what this self-numbing is and where it comes from. We are going to talk about how it shows up in relationships, and then we're going to really cover at the end 2 major points about the path going forward. So here's the first thing. Self-numbing is not what you think. It is a dissociative coping strategy where the fearful avoidant disconnects from their emotional experience in order to literally avoid the overwhelming fears of abandonment, engulfment, betrayal, all these things that are oscillating in their mind all the time. It's not this intent to manipulate. It's literally like a nervous system override. Now, let me explain this a little bit. If you grow up as a child and throughout your childhood and even relational experience as a young adult, and you constantly are wounded in relationships, you store those wounds and they don't go anywhere. In fact, the mind is literally wired to hold on to negative things more than positive things. It's called a negativity bias, and hold very tight onto negative things and project them out onto your world in the future. You can imagine, for example, that when you have experiences growing up where you felt abandoned or betrayed or trapped, you essentially get this wired into your subconscious mind, and you're constantly seeing your reality through the lens of this. It's like you put on glasses, and as soon as you put on the glasses, you see your world through the lens of the chance of betrayal being likely, the chance of abandonment being likely, the chance of being trapped being likely, and the other core painful wounds that you have from your childhood. And that is because we're wired to hang on to these things, so we know that they could come and so that we can protect ourselves from them. And it's also why things are very subjective in our world. It's part of why you might see somebody not call an anxious attachment style back and they panic, but then if somebody doesn't call a dismissive avoidant back, they're okay. Because it's not about the thing happening. It's about our subjective interpretation that is filtered through our own lens of conditioning. So what ends up happening is, as a fearful avoidant, you get a lot of wounds. Okay, you get a lot of sort of mines in your minefield. If you imagine your subconscious as a big minefield, you've got lots of mines in there. You could hit the mine of being betrayed, and that could go off. You could hit the mine of being abandoned. And every time these core wounds trigger or fire off like mines in a minefield, all of this drama follows. And the drama isn't always that you're a dramatic person. The drama can be that you're afraid of being abandoned, and then you feel dysregulated because of that. And now your nervous system's feeling really dysfunctional. And then you push somebody away because you're scared that you have to push them away before they hurt you first. And all of a sudden, you come out of that and you're less triggered a day later, perhaps, and you regret it. Now you feel badly about yourself and sad that you hurt somebody. And now maybe you go and you binge watch television to numb yourself out, or you go into a dynamic where you binge eat food, or you drink alcohol, or you use substances, or do whatever it is that's you trying to escape yourself. And that's where the self-numbing comes in. The self-numbing is a symptom of these mines in your minefield, aka core wounds, going off because you've got a lot of stored triggers from childhood, which then in turn cause you to feel really dysregulated from a nervous system perspective, right? You've got this trigger that fires off, oh my gosh, I'm going to be betrayed or abandoned. Then you feel distressed, and our emotions of distress are made up of all these neurochemical reactions like cortisol and norepinephrine, and all of a sudden you're dysregulated, and now you reach for something to help you not feel dysregulated, like food or alcohol or substances. And now you're numbing yourself out to escape yourself, and eventually that puts you into dorsal vagal shutdown mode from a nervous system perspective. It literally causes you to go into this sort of hole of feeling very tired, very shut down, slower moving, everything feels difficult. And this is your self-numbing cycle. So we talked about what it is, where it comes from, how it shows up in relationships. What you'll actually see here is this third of 4 points here. When you're in dorsal vagal shutdown mode as a fearful avoidant, it feels like answering texts is hard, calling people back feels impossible. And there's this emotional flatness because your nervous system has essentially gone into this collapse mode. And this shutdown mode makes vulnerability feel inaccessible, makes social interactions feel inaccessible, makes it feel like trying to work through things or motivate yourself to do things feels very difficult. And that's because you've had this whole series of events where a core wound was triggered, it dysregulated you into sympathetic nervous system mode, or this fight or flight. Then you coped behaviorally with that by numbing yourself, and then you went into dorsal vagal shutdown, and now you just feel distant from everybody and everything. Now we're going to talk about what you can do about this, okay? There is currently an epidemic of loneliness happening in our world. And it's being driven even more so by the fact that we now have AI. So people are just constantly seeking this high quantity of connection, but not quality of connection that happens through loneliness, vulnerability, and understanding the intricate dynamics of human relationships. And right now, for a limited time, you can actually gain access for free for life, literally a lifetime offer. It's a gift to our Overcoming Loneliness and Building Authentic Connections course. This course will give you in-depth materials and resources to build more authentic connections, to know what makes you feel most connected to others, and to understand what makes other people feel most connected to you, and how to rewire limiting beliefs that are blocking your vulnerability or authenticity, as well as other really powerful tips for how to build connection in a meaningful way, whether it be in dating, in romantic relationships, or in friendships. This is a lifetime gift, and it comes for free when you sign up for a 7-day free trial to the Personal Development School, which also gives you access to all of our courses for 7 days. And you can join me in the webinars. You can ask me questions. We literally have live events every single day for so much personalized support. I hope you enjoy this gift. You can click the link below before the time runs out and the offer is over. And let's get back to the video. Here is the path through this, okay? And I want you to know that there's sort of a couple of steps here. One is that at the root, you have to rewire those core wounds. If you constantly have core wounds, even if you do somatic work from a nervous system perspective and you're regulating your nervous system through breath work or mindfulness or completion cycles, if you're doing any of those things, that's good, but it's always dealing with the symptom. You're always doing something retroactively. You get triggered by the core wound, regulate myself again, triggered by the core wound, regulate myself again. And I've seen people who go really deep into just nervous system regulation without the subconscious mind part of it. And it's kind of always a band-aid, right? You keep going through the same triggers and cycles, and then you regulate yourself through them. Both of those things need to go hand in hand. So we need to be able to rewire our subconscious core wounds, which is very possible to do. It's not even hard. I talk a lot about this on this channel. And we need to then be able to also regulate our nervous system. So as we're doing the rewiring, if our nervous system does get dysregulated, we know how to get back into what is called ventral vagal nervous system mode, AKA our window of tolerance. There's very specific steps for how to do that. And really those two things together are absolutely revolutionary. They're life-changing. You don't get triggered as often. And if you do get triggered at all, even by little things, you know how to regulate your nervous system at will, and it will open up and revolutionize your relationships, everything around you, and how you feel on a daily basis about yourself. So again, this is sort of a part one. We can dive deeper into this. I have a lot of content on this channel about some of these things as well. But if you really just want to do the 1-2 punch, you can go into PDS, free trial, use the link below. You can check out Emotional Mastery and Belief Reprogramming course, Nervous System Regulation course. You can double down. You can get through both of them in a week in your 7-day free trial, and you get that gift along with it if you want to go deeper. So hopefully that helps. I just feel like there's so much more to say, but it's a YouTube video. Most people don't watch beyond, 10 minutes or so. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Thank you for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.